So in this video, I wanted to take time to talk about the KX57-5. I've had this excavator for around a year now. I've got 600 and around 20 hours on it, give or take a few hours. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you this machine has been absolutely phenomenal. It is very, very strong. We have not had a single issue. We've not had any codes. It does not require DEF. It's below that regulation. And it's just been absolutely phenomenal. The machine weighs around 12,500 pounds dry. And it's just a phenomenal machine for tree service work, for digging septic tanks, for getting around yards. You can manipulate the weight to where you don't scar up the yard terribly. You can walk it in, do what you got to do, walk out and not create ruts. I mean, you have to monitor how wet the ground is, stuff like that with any kind of piece of machinery, but it floats really, really well. And here you can see just some of the power of it. These are small trees, of course. They're pines. They're easy to manipulate and handle. If you watch the rest of this video, you will see it push over trees. These trees were, I'm going to say, 16 inch in diameter at the base, 18 inch. And I scraped just a couple top roots out. And the pine has a very dominant tap root that goes down pretty deep, and they're usually hard to push over. In this case, this ground was softer than normal. It was a dry top surface, but beneath was soft, and so it allowed me to push the pines over pretty easily. But this machine did everything we have needed to do with it. It is phenomenal for what I do with precision laydowns. I have a spider lift, but because of this machine, I rarely have to ever use the spider lift. This whole month, I have not brought the spider lift out but one time, and that was for a cedar tree that I do have a video coming up. We donated some time to an elder gentleman that I attended church with a few years ago, and Brother Bobby is his name. You'll see that video on the channel before long. But that's the only time that I pulled out the spider this whole month, and the reason why is 100% because of this machine. I can lay down, put back pressure on trees that you normally cannot do, back leaning trees. I have to be honest, when I walked up to the Kubota dealer and told him I wanted an excavator for my tree service, my sales rep, he's been selling machines his whole life, and he said, "No, you need a skid steer." I said, "No, I need an excavator." He said, "Man, everybody buys a skid steer." I said, "Yeah, but I know what I want to do with it." And I knew exactly what I wanted to do with it, because we do a lot of work for the county, our local counties here with tree service. We'll lay trees down for them down the roadways, and we have to reach over fences, ditches. We have to manipulate that boom where a skid steer just could not do it. And if you have pushed with a skid steer, you understand when you pick the bucket up, 10 feet, 12 feet, whatever it'll reach, whatever height it'll go up, and you press against that track, it's going to naturally pick the front end of that machine up, and you can't put as much pushing pressure as you can when the bucket is down to the ground. Now, when you put a skid steer bucket to the ground and you push forward, there's nothing that this excavator will not push like that. But whenever you elevate this boom up 10 or 12 feet, I can push, I couldn't even tell you how many times more than a skid steer can at an elevated position, which is what I need for the tree service. In these cleanup scenarios, the skid steer would outperform the excavator typically. But I will say this, in these scenarios where you see like that big stump in the left of this video right here, there's stumps everywhere in this spot where I'm at. I only have to track one way in and one way out. I can rotate all the way around. I'm toting this big bundle right now, pushing the log with the blade. You get it done relatively quickly, Now, if we are not in a very stumpy environment and I need to move material very far, yeah, we need a skid steer. We need to bring in the skid steer and move that material. So I've got a little 50 horse, 52 horse, it's an MX52 tractor with a grapple on it, and I put a root rake on the back of it. And it is, our landscaping rake is the correct term on the back of it, a 3-point, and man, that is a clean-up machine. And the tires, as long as it's not wet, does not disturb the ground. And it's just, this mixed with that MX52 is just phenomenal. And the power of this machine is very surprising. The maintenance on it has been literally just grease the machine and put diesel in it. And we've changed the oil, did the 500-hour service 100 hours ago. Everything checked out great at the dealership, and I've just been very, very, very pleased with this machine. So I want to talk to you about the Kubota brand itself. I am not a fanboy of any brand. I've got Fords, Rams, Kia, and Telluride. I've got a Fiat little car, estimate car. I'm not a fanboy when it comes to brands, but I'm almost there with Kubota. And the reason why is we have 2 diesel Kubota lawnmowers. We've got a new skid steer that you'll see a video on, or it should be on the channel now. I'll put a link in here for you to watch that. We have the Excavator. We've got M7060 or 6070, whatever tractor, cabin air tractor. I have a MX52, and we've been buying Kubota for all these years, and one of the main reasons is we have a really, really good dealership, Farm Belt Equipment in Brookhaven, Mississippi. They are phenomenal. These guys are just great. You can talk to Justin, you can talk to Taylor, Mr. Calcoat, Will in parts, and Jared in service, and on and on. I could go with all the names of the guys, but they personally know your name when you do business with them, and you are very important to them. Not only that, the brand backs them up. They're nice people at this dealership, but the brand backs them up. And what I mean by that is Kubota insurance is absolutely phenomenal. Your machine runs out of warranty, you can keep the Kubota insurance on that thing, and you just pay a small $250 deductible on that machine, and when you pay an annual fee for the MX52 is $675 a year. Of course, it's a 2018 model. $675 a year for that insurance annually. $250 if that machine happened to have a tree fall on it, happen to have something come across the hood, my fender well gets torn off by a limb or a stick that pulls up under there, my footstep gets bent, $250 is fixed. It doesn't matter if it's cosmetic, it doesn't matter if it's somewhat mechanical, if it's a issue that happened organically. And it's just phenomenal past the point of warranty, and warranty is phenomenal. I've got 5 years bumper to bumper warranty on this excavator. We are just working it as it should, and the reason they can back these things up is you just don't have problems. I know that everybody's got mixed feelings about brands and what runs better, what's more comfortable, and at the end of the day, when you run equipment a lot, and a lot of these people that watch this channel, a lot of the people that watch this channel most likely know equipment, or somewhat know equipment, or maybe are looking into equipment. One of the things that you will learn, and some do know, it's not really as much what fits my elbow is good as much as who's going to back me up when it breaks down, and that's where Kubota absolutely shines. So I want to take this video and talk about this machine. I haven't did it enough and been more too detailed about it. Watch it push this tree just so easily. It's a tremendously strong machine. It just I'm adjusting the camera here, that's why it took a little while, but it just, as soon as I touch the joystick and just go forward, it just, of course we're dealing with soft ground underneath, but Hope you enjoyed this video. Hey, subscribe, stay with me, keep watching my content. Thank you.